Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jenny Allen, and before we get started with today's video, please make sure that you are subscribed, that you thumbs up this video and check the description box below. So welcome to another day of Vlogmas, and for today I have a book review for you, and I have had this book for, let me see, my goodness, maybe I would think maybe around about 8 years, and I have not looked at it. And this is going to be one of the books that I'm going to be going through in 2024 for next year. And it's a very meaty book, and it's got 725 pages, but I'm going to use it more as on a study purpose. And it is Charles Haddon Spurgeon's sermon notes. Charles Haddon Spurgeon's study notes. Over 250 sermons that he wrote, including notes, commentaries and illustrations. Let me just read the back for you so you get an idea of who Charles Haddon Spurgeon is if you haven't heard about him before. And it's called Journey Through the Bible with the Prince of Preachers. One of the world's most prolific preachers, Charles Haddon Spurgeon, had already preached more than 600 times by the age of 20. By the age of 22, he was the most popular sermonizer of his age, dubbed the Prince of Preachers. Spurgeon's sermons was notably not merely for their quantity, but also for their quality. His sermons combine keen intellect, scriptural truth, and a passionate love for God. Gems of insight and truth shine from the pages of his book, as penetrating and relevant today as they were a century ago. Spurgeon wrote his sermon notes to aid other preachers whose duties left them pressed for time. Originally released as 4 books, Spurgeon's sermons notes are gathered here into one convenient volume for the first time. Features: 264 sermon outlines complete with illustrations and commentary, based on selected texts from almost every book of the Bible, organized in biblical sequence for easy reference, newly typeset version with punctuation, modernized for easier reading. Spurgeon's Sermon Notes is a classic which provides fresh inspiration and understanding for preachers, study group leaders, or any heart that craves a devotional overview of the greatest book of all time, penned by one of its greatest students. So Charles Haddon Spurgeon was a man of God and a prolific preacher from the 19th century. And the notes, his Bible notes, start from the book of Genesis, his message, and they go all the way through to the book of Revelation. And his notes start from, as I read, from 1 to 264 of his Bible sermons. So let me show you the table of contents so you can get the hang of what I'm saying. So he's got the scripture from Genesis chapter 19, and then you've got his message, hastening Lot. And then you see you've got the scripture here, the verses, and then you've got the message, and then you've got the what page it's on. Okay, same thing going through. You've got Job, Psalms, Proverbs, then you've got Daniel, all of his messages put in sequential order, starting from the book of Genesis. And there we go. The different messages that he preached. And then you've gone into the New Testament. What's that first one? Sonship Question, page 130 from the book of Matthew. All of his sermons in order, in biblical order. Okay, so let me give you a look at one of the sermons in the book. So here, let's have a look. Let's pick one. Okay, so you've got, let's have a look. You've got message 60. You've got the key verse. You've got the sermon. You've got the, then you've got another topic there. That it is God's glory to cover sin. You've got his notes there. Okay. And then at the back, you've got another breakdown of the message. And you've got some scriptures scattered, put in there. And then it goes on to number 61. There we go. And then you've got, let's pick another one. You've got one here, number 96, with the scripture Ezekiel 47 verse 11. But the miry places thereof and the marshes thereof shall not be healed. They shall be given to salt. There you've got his message again, number 96. And then it goes into giving a breakdown of the message. There we go. And that was the end of that. But yeah, it gives you the commentary, as it said. You've got his notes and everything. So over 250 of his sermons are in this book, and this page is like nearly 800 pages. Well, it's 726 messages in there with a lot of detail and scriptures to back it up. And he was classed as one of the most important preachers of the 19th century. And in Elephant and Castle in London, there's a church there near the Elephant and Castle station called Spurgeons Tabernacle, I think. Spurgeons Tabernacle. And that was the church that he actually started. If I get on the train from where I am, it will take me about half an hour to get there by train. And when I used to work in that area, I used to see that building every day. And the church that he started is still in London, and it's still being used. So that shows the longevity of this man's ministry. So we don't maybe hear about him too much today, but he was used of God in his time. He preached hundreds of messages before he was 20 years old, and he was on fire for God. So if you've got this book, Spurgeon's Sermon Notes, if you've got this book, let me know in the comments section if you've read it. If you've read it, let me know what you thought about it. Let me know what you're thinking, and also let me know if you intend to get it, because this is one of the books I'm going to be getting into in 2024. Okay, so God bless you, and I will see you in my next video. God bless.